All right. We are live now. Literally just went live and we're about to get rated by Jillian here in a just in a quick minute. First of all, I want to apologize because I've been sick. So to anybody that's watching or that will watch, if I start going in a coughing fit, I apologize. I've been sick, but either way, we're here. I'm waiting for Davey to get back. He just got up. I'm assuming to go get water or something. I don't know, but yeah, today is BORKFEST. Um, and we're going to have the one and only Davey is eating a sandwich as the special guest. We're doing kind of a reverse version of Davey's taco show. Davey's sandwich show. So, um, of course, I'll let Davey introduce himself here in a second. But he's a great guy. He does a lot for the Twitch community and just Twitch streamers in general. Is the host of his own variety show, which is always super exciting. And yeah, so let's see. Let's just give him a minute to come back. Because of course I don't want to steal his thunder or his description. And again, my apologies. Like I said, I'm battling being sick, so I'm hopefully we'll be feeling better very soon. But yeah, anyway, so today, like I said, is BORKFEST. BORKFEST is now an annual celebration that Davey does, where streamers just come together and we all try to do something different than what we usually do. So last year I did a cooking stream. Jillian right now is playing golf. The Bards were doing their Sunday hangout, which was super fun. Creative Star was doing some like clay figures, which she usually does tend to do like crafts and stuff, but she was doing something different today, which I thought was really cool. And Davey did a donut ranking competition thingy. So anyway, I'm gonna bring Davey up, the man of the hour, because we're about to get rated by Jillian here in a few minutes. So Davey, dude, so good
Hey,
to see you, man. Hey.
hi there, man. Welcome. It's good to see
good
you.
to
Thank
have
you for
you.
inviting me.
It's cool to have you like on the other side of things this time.
Sure. Kind of funny.
So-
Sometimes I get nervous when I go on for other people's interviews. Like, oh man, what am I gonna? I don't know
Right,
why.
you're like, what am I going to talk about? What if people ask personal questions? Oh no, what am I ever going to do? Hey,
sure.
Lady Flat Guy's here. Ryan's here. Ryan, you're. I literally just went live, so thank you for stopping by. Today we have Davey, who is today he's eating a taco, but he's eating a sandwich.
Yep.
Usually on his stream, we are going to do a hour-long shortened version of the sandwich show, which for those that may not be familiar with Davey, he hosts this really really great interview show on Twitch. You're a variety streamer, so you do a lot of things, but one of the things that a lot of people know you for is for the weekly sandwich show, where you have different streamers, different guests, and people get to hear just a different side of streamers. So today we're flipping the switch, and we are going to be hearing a little bit about Davey as who is Davey. So yeah, welcome Davey. It's so good to see you.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Also known as Pork Taco today.
Oh, nice. It's really nice to be here. Nice to meet you too, that E-flat guy.
I know. He's a brand new person. You've never met him before.
Yeah, I wonder what he does.
I don't know. Probably something I don't know. I'm guessing something related with music. I have no idea.
I love it.
I heard that E-flat guy has the E-flat guy test. Oh, too bad Dopey Bumbles. Yeah, Dopey Bumbles got double booked today, unfortunately. So, Dopey, just he had a lot going on. He's a popular guy. He's in high demand.
Popular. Like, I don't even. He's not even good. I don't understand why he's popular.
I don't know. People just love Dopey for some reason. He's popular. He's got that jazzy soul. So people just like the guy, I guess.
You're anyone's guess why. But look, good on him, I guess.
Right, exactly. It's like good for him. I suppose we all need something. But
Yeah.
yeah, Davey. So we're about to get rated by Jillian, and of course, you were just on Jillian's stream playing some golf, and that was a lot of fun. So why don't you just start by telling us a little bit? I mean, people already know about your show, but why don't you start telling us a little bit about the history of the Sandwich Show? I think that's something that people
Oh
may want to know.
yeah.
Like how
Well,
did
I'll give a little bit of it. I'll say I'll spend. I do want to say some of that for maybe I can repeat it when we get the rate in, but
Oh yeah.
um, it just kind of started where I think. Well, let's see. I started when I started being service. I was on Twitch to be a viewer, like roughly 2 years ago at this point. Yeah, because it was like late March when I joined in, and the first channel I was ever on was Justin and Evelyn because a friend of mine like recommended them. So I went over there,
Oh
like, that's
yeah.
really great. And then just kind of went from there. And then I was just we were just talking about food a lot in chat, not only there, but in like but everywhere else. And it was pretty then I kind of went from there. Oh, I think we got the raid coming.
There it is. The raid is here. Raid is here. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. You guys were just all hanging out with Davey one way or another in the previous stream, but welcome in everybody to BORKFEST 2023. We are doing the Taco Show edition in this channel. So it's basically my version of the Sandwich Show is what we're doing today. So welcome in. Thank you, Jillian, for bringing your friends. I hope golf didn't, stress you out too much. That game looked really stressful. I'm not gonna lie, but also my apologies everybody, but I'm getting over getting sick, so I'm gonna cough every now and then. But it's so good to see y'all. So I'm interviewing Davey. Davey's on the hot seat this time, so he was starting to tell us a little bit about how the Sandwich Show got started. And of course we have an hour, and the way that I wanted to format this is if people have any questions for Davey, now is the time to do it. So ask your questions away. We'll try to sneak as much as we can.
I love the color of your LEDs because it makes it look like that we're almost in the same room. It's like
I know, right? It's like it's pretty much it's the same. It's like the same tone, the same shade.
Yeah.
I just picked purple today because it's BORKFEST and purple is BORKFEST colors.
I love it. But yeah, origin story of the Sandwich Show. So I've been doing the sports podcast for quite a long time. Like I think we're in year 14 now. And so when I joined Twitch, one of my friends said, why don't you do a show on Twitch too? I'm like, that seems like a good idea, because I'd always wondered what it would be like to just do a podcast that had no sports in it. So I'm like, we were talking about food a lot back on Justin and Evelyn. That's the first channel I ever went to on Twitch. And I'm like, what if we just expand this food conversation and make it its own stream? So we just be us talking about food. I did. I'm like, that's what we started getting some of our friends from Justin and Evelyn chat room to join to just do a show. And I think one of the first people that really was supportive of the show was Aaron Rin 886, and and she was really great and just believing in the show. And I think it really carried us a long way in the first couple of months. So that was kind of the idea. But then I'm like, I want to have people on the show so we can talk about things. So first guest was Tim Tam. Then we had Turbo Swim. And then we had Jade Tile. But then like it kind of segued into like the guests got bigger and got bigger and bigger. And then just expand. The first music guest I ever had was Laura Wiley Piano. I was in
oh yeah, I love Laura. Yeah.
Oh, no. She's the bestest. She's great. So that was really great. And then we had Josh on, remember? And this is about a point where I wasn't even at 100 followers yet, but I just remember so much how much of the community came through from Josh's stream, and I met so many of you through his channel. So that's how it started. Like I wanted to interview people that I really liked on Twitch and get to know them better. That's pretty much what it's about.
So everybody's commenting about how it does look like we're in the same room. Yet Davey's sitting right over there, guys. You can't, he's actually sitting right over there to my left. Yeah, exactly. You'll just see a hand. Right. What's interesting? So correct me if I'm wrong, But didn't the sandwich of the week start with Josh? Like, wasn't he like the first one?
He was the
I
first
feel
one to
like
do the
that
sandwich
was
with me, and it was his idea. And that
yeah,
I would never even thought of that idea until he brought it to my attention. Yeah, so for all of these great sandwich moments we've had, I think Josh has a lot to do with that because it was
yeah.
originally just like, oh, I'm just gonna show a sandwich. Here's my sandwich, and then we move on. But then Josh was like, "Can I do it with you?" I was like, "Of course you can do it with me. That sounds like a great idea." And it's so
Right.
bold. Like, and did you remember the sandwich he had that day?
Josh always has great. No, it wasn't. I'm trying to remember because that was I think the first time I ever watched your
Mhm.
show because that's I probably came through Josh's crew as well.
Yeah.
Trying to remember, it was probably something really good, something with turkey in it. I'm
It
sure.
was something with turkey in it, yeah, but might have been controversial because then the idea that he would be eating his own kind. We
Right,
did address it in the future sandwich show stream, but it
right.
looked
Yeah,
great
you're
though.
like we don't support cannibalism.
Yeah, I mean, it just sparked an entire revolution of like, so then like we had all sorts of people make sandwiches, and there has been just really amazing sandwiches. Sometimes the sandwiches were kind of done on the fly, which also created some really fun moments. So, um, but I always make sure that it's optional. I don't want to put pressure on people because on the East Coast it's 9 o'clock, so I'm like, I don't want to force you to eat a sandwich
Right.
at that hour. So, only if you want to, you can do it.
Well, but it's just I feel like it's kind of become tradition. Like everybody just, I think everybody knows if they're going to be on their show, they bring a sandwich, and that's a part of the show. That's a part of the fun.
Mhm. Oh, 100%. And I've been inspired by other people's choices for sandwiches too. I always like those once in a while when we collab on the idea and we just have identical sandwiches. So Bourbon Soup was in one of the first months we were on the show. We were like, "Hey, you want to do In and Out?" And it was like, "Yeah." Like we
Oh
both just
yes,
doing it at the same time. It was really great. And then
uh,
when I had you on for the first time, we're
that's
like,
right. We did the torta show.
"Yeah, it was good, good,
That was a good one. That was a good one.
dope."
Um, no, but it's really cool. And you've been how long have you been doing the show now? Like a year and a half?
Almost 2 years.
Oh wow.
We are a month away from that. Like I
Oh
started May
wow.
4th, 2021, and we're roughly a month away from our 2-year stream anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy because it
I know.
feels like, like, I don't know, I've talked with other people on Twitch in general, and it feels like we've all been doing this forever. But in reality, it's like we've only been doing this for a short period of our lives. But it just, it just feels like everybody's just kind of like you've become a staple of the Twitch community. And, I think it feels like we've all been doing this for so much longer. But
I
two
know.
years is amazing, though. 2 years is
Oh,
really,
thank you.
really amazing. And
Um,
and you've amassed a good following too, which I think, is also really, really great.
it blows me away, honestly. Like I can't believe how great how much support the show gets, and I'm really thankful for it. I certainly thought it was, I thought we'd have a good vibe. I just wasn't prepared for the volume of number of people that would be following this program. So I'm really happy for that. I'm really glad to see come along. What was I going to say? The other thing I was going to say, I think the really greatest, one of the other great things about being here and being part of this, and you're right, it feels like I've been doing this for 5 years. It does not feel like 2
Right.
years. It's just wild.
Right.
So much has happened in only like that short amount of time. But let's see, this taco show is borking my
So
mind.
interview
There we
is
go.
sparking my mind.
There
There
we
you
go.
go. There you go. Well, if
There you
anybody
go.
has any questions for Davey, please throw them in the chat. I have a question. So we already, you already talked about Josh and how that was like the first sandwich. What and because I feel like everybody has multiple of these, but what like can you share like a good memory that you had like early on in the show where you were like, okay, this is something that's actually catching on? Like, did you have like an aha moment?
Well, I think there's a couple. I think first of all, I think for a while, like the heinous crimes for a Klondike bar thing was a thing because I threw out that Klondike bar, and then Jade Tile with the epic response, I would perform heinous crimes. It threw me off so much. That was an early moment. That
For
was
Klondike bar.
yeah.
Ooh, breakfast wars. Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah, definitely. Like the French toast, that debate continues
That's
on. That's
still
actually a
going
great
on.
answer. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely.
That you know
And
what? Actually, that poses a question. So what is your choice, Davey? Are
pancakes.
you a pancake? Okay, pancake
I'm with
100%.
Eva. Eva and I are team pancake firmly. Like we love pancakes. Like now,
uh,
I think the one thing I would say is like I'm not as adamant against the other ones. Like I love them all. I think they're all great. So
right.
yeah, yeah. But
I
pancakes are
think
fun.
it just depends on the mood, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like I think my response was waffles at the time, but like I also love French toast and I love pancakes too. It just depends on what mood I'm in.
Hmm. Almost definitely.
It really does.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Because like sometimes you won't be in the mood for pancakes, but sometimes you're gonna really be in the mood for French toast. It just.
That's true.
But
That is very true. Also, CT, welcome in. CT says blueberry pancakes. Oh, I do love blueberry pancakes. So
yeah,
I'm a fan of things with blueberry like on them. Like blueberry as a topping is one of my favorite ones. So I'm a fan of that.
I love it. By the way, hello,
Yeah.
CT. Welcome.
Yeah. Got to mix it up for full borkiness. That's right. That's right. We are
Yeah.
mixing it up today. We are
Yes.
mixing it up. We got the one and only Davey's eating a sandwich. Davey's waiting for his. So I'm super excited about this, but we are going to do a taco of the week here in a little bit. We're just waiting for Davey's order to come in. And I'm
I got
super
that
excited about it.
orders in.
Oh, ooh, okay. Hopefully
Here.
it's on its way.
No, it's like at
Oh,
my door. I'm gonna go
oh,
pick.
like it's here. Okay, cool. Yeah, go get it. Go get
Okay,
it.
cool. I'll be back.
In the meantime, yeah. If anybody has any questions for Davey, ooh, it had better not be a donut taco. I don't think it, there is no donut. Actually, you know what? There probably is. I've always here, let me pull Davey out in the meantime. There we go. While he goes to get his taco of the week. But yeah, I've had a donut burger once, and that was actually really, really tasty. You know, of it was a like the donut is used like as a like the bun, and it's like a weird combination of sweet and savory. So yeah, okay, we got a couple questions for Davey. Ooh, Ryan, that's a really good question. And CT, how was your April Fool's Day? Not one single trick happened to me yesterday. You know what? So I spent yesterday, CT, most of the day asleep, to be honest. As I've mentioned on my Discord, I've been sick the last few days, and yesterday was just like I just had like a fever, and so that was my April Fool's Day. My April Fool's to me was my own body telling me that I needed rest, I guess. Um, but that's a great question, Ryan. We'll ask that as soon as Davey gets back. Um, CT, did you check your whispers? I think there was one in there. Oh, I think Ryan got you. I think Ryan got you, CT. That's what happened. I think Ryan tried to April Fool you yesterday, and you somehow probably fell for it. Oh, all right. Let's see. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for Davey to get back, yeah, does anybody have any good April Fool stories? Because I totally missed out on April Fools this year. Today, this wasn't meant to be an April Fool's prank today. It was just just kind of happened. Davey, there you are.
Hi.
Hey, before we do taco of the week, we have actually a really good question by Ryan that I'm really, really glad that he asked. He wants to know what has been the most helpful tool / resource in your piano learning journey, which is something I think we need to, I definitely would love to have you talk a little bit about.
Oh, thanks. First of all, thank you for the question, Ryan. That's a great question. It's a couple things. I think someone was asking me about that. It is Rashi, actually. Rashi was asking about that. And so there are two tools that are really helpful to me. In the very beginning, I want to go show it to you. I leaned on this book. This is a book of piano chords. And not only is it
Ooh, cool.
This is great. So it shows you what each chord is and what all the notes are. and even like in
Ooh.
burgers
Oh,
and
that's
things like
super
that.
helpful.
Absolutely, definitely. And then it actually explains how some of this stuff works too. So you can see like right here, kind of gets into like what they are, how chord progressions work, and what the scales are like. It even has a thing on posture and finger position. I actually didn't read that part, but that's kind of good to know too. So this is a really good book. You can find it on Amazon.
Yeah.
Really gets you on the right foot. And then after that, there were YouTube tutorials on how to play specific songs that use this tool called synesthesia. So basically, it shows like what the notes are as they're being played, and it even shows them coming up before they get played. You know, this kind of like think of it like you ever see like those automatic pianos like back in the day of ragtime, and then they would have
Yeah.
those like sheets that have like the little pools where they would play. So it's like that.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, I forget what are those called. I know which ones you're talking about. Like from like the 1800s.
Yes. Yes.
And the
Oh yes.
GIF 83 says Guitar Hero for piano. Yeah, actually,
Yes.
that
Yes.
was what I was as you were describing it. That's what I was thinking of, like Guitar Hero, like how you would have like the different buttons and stuff to press.
That's a terrific. That's a terrific analogy, Jeff. Like
Yeah,
that's pretty much spot on.
yeah, exactly. Well, Davey, what do we have today? What is your
All
taco of the
right,
week?
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
And I see a question from CT, which is a pretty interesting one too. Oh, I think that was just for you though. I don't think that was for me. But
Oh yeah, CT was wondering what April Fool's was like, and I'm like, I spent it sick. I was asleep.
oh, right.
April Fool's was my body was not wanting
Your
to
body said
cooperate
April
with
Fools
life.
this whole week.
Exactly.
Came early for you.
Yes. You know
Now,
what? Actually, I am missing. Well, I can deal with it. I'm missing
okay,
a spoon,
so
but
this is wildly sloppy, and I'm here for it. All right, so let me show you all the tacos I've got today. It's pretty nuts. All right, so first, hopefully you can see all this, everybody. I'll try to identify which is which. Okay, so there they are.
ooh,
Yeah, this
nice.
is
So you got like a nice little mesh. Awesome.
it's quite a yeah. So we have on the far left, this is lengua, which is beef
Ooh,
tongue.
yummy.
The one in the
Which is
middle.
actually really.
Oh, there you go. Cool. And the one in the middle is al pastor.
Ooh.
And then the one on the right is the classic carne asada or just or steak.
Mm.
And then on the other side of this is a hot mess, and it's the best mess. Quesadilla.
Ooh, yes. I love
Made it to
birria.
you?
That does look
Yeah,
like a mess.
it's a mess. It looks
Wow,
great.
we're making people hungry. Well, I'm going to make people more hungry. I actually got birria tacos.
Yes,
Because
and the juice.
birria has become extreme. I'm sure same in same in Southern California, but your birria has become so extremely popular. like
Thinking of money as
earlier,
well.
like last week, we went out to dinner to this brewery that we really like that's right by our house, and half their menu is birria now. Like it's like birria tacos, birria burritos, birria nachos. It didn't used to be like that. Like they just
I
had a
know.
regular bar menu, and now it's like half their menu. It's like add birria for $2. Like it was like that's what it was.
I'm getting hungry too. We've done it again.
Well, and my favorite part, is like the soup. This is actually what the birria is like. It's like the soup. So you dip your taco in there, get it nice and wet, and then you eat it, and it's delicious.
That looks so good. Now were you like me and like in my family? We had BD a lot. We were doing the
Yeah.
BD thing way before it was trending. Like way.
Oh yeah.
For
So
many
my
years.
aunt Irma, who's my dad's youngest sister, she makes like the best birria, and I've had it since I was like a little kid. Now it's like, yeah, I can get it anywhere, but yeah, it was always like super. It was always like the best whenever she made it.
I love it. Jamie says Davey just ate 46 donuts and now has tacos. I'm eating dry lettuce.
I know. I was asleep during your donut ranking, but I'm sure that was a lot of fun.
Worth watching the VOD, LG. It was so much fun.
I'll have to check it out later.
Dangerous because of all the sugar in my system now. But
Did you
also,
eat full? Like, did you eat the full donuts or just
no,
like have a bite?
I only had a bite of any of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like one guy in the chat was worried about me getting diabetes. I'm like, I only had one bite of each of these. Like, it's
Right.
all right. I actually tried to eat it. I think I after all that, I only ate one complete donut. I think it was a Cookie Monster one, but everything else was partials.
Oh yeah, Davey planned BORKFEST to eat. Yeah, that's Davey's secret reasoning behind BORKFEST every year. It's just to eat more stuff. Because didn't you do ice cream last year? Or like
I did.
This was food related last year too.
That's hysterical. I didn't even think of that. The funny thing about that is like I don't think that was the original plan. The original plan was like to do the It's Raining Taco song, and and then basically like do it in the style of different artists, and then people in the chat could recommend the artist. But then I'm like, but the donut idea seemed like more fun. So, and also not only more fun, but it's like really good for Instagram. So now Instagram, I put that on Instagram too. So I'm like, yeah, this is a better decision.
Yeah, no, totally. So CT said something about PB&J sandwiches, and as you know, I love PB&J sandwiches. So I wanted to read it. So CT says, I know Davey's going to love my opinion about sandwiches because I now have one delicious sandwich in my mind. I love PB&J, but not when the bread is not toasted. Ooh, interesting. I don't think I've ever, well, I mean, I feel like I've had PB&J with toasted bread, but usually I have mine untoasted.
I went for the birria too. Good. Oh my god.
Is that one the birria? Or did you get the quesabirria? Is that what you got?
Yeah. But I didn't get the juice like you though. I wish I had juice.
Yeah, some places do it like that, and some places don't. This place that we got it from is a so this guy has a really interesting story. It's the restaurant is called Taqueria Chavez. Like that's the guy's last name is Chavez. He started like on a little food truck, and he would like park at random places, and then eventually he opened up his own restaurant, and then he had to close his restaurant during COVID because COVID, and so now he's building another location, but he opened a different location, and now he's building another one, and he still has his original food truck. So the guy is killing it.
What a call!
And he also has quesabirrias, and I almost went for quesabirria, but I was like, no, because that's technically not a taco. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not. It's a quesadilla with the birria meat in it.
You're right. I kind of cheated there. It is definitely. It's got taco vibes, but it's actually technically a quesadilla.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's delicious though. Like totally worth it.
100%. So which one should I do next? Should I go with let's let the chat decide. Do you want me to go?
What should Davey do next?
Lengua al pastor, or do I go with carne asada or the steak, basically? So tongue, steak, or pork? Which one? You can see that over there.
Okay, E Flat Guy says carne asada.
I like it. Let's see what else. What do the others say?
I'm down for carne asada. I'm gonna go. I need to get a napkin and like a spoon, so I'll be right back.
So let me enjoy this carne asada while we wait for LG to come back. But yeah, thank you so much for everybody for hanging out this entire time. This has definitely been a really fun day so far, and I really appreciate you being part of it. Like this is just one of my favorite things to do each year. Let's try this carne asada. Oh, it's so nice marinated. It's nicely marinated too. Definitely up there.
All right.
Level.
So we ended up going with carne asada then. Perfect. Yeah. Because I like to throw all the like onion and cilantro into the soup and like eat it as a soup. And then it like mixes up with the meat really well. So but I left the spoon out in the kitchen. So now I'm like, I can actually have it as a soup. But it's delicious.
Do you ever pour it over rice? Because sometimes you can pour it over like the Spanish rice.
Ooh, no, but that sounds like a great idea.
It's a very interesting combo because like it kind of
Mm-hmm.
sometimes if the rice is off in most cases the rice is already kind of moist, but you put that in
Mm-hmm.
there, it's quite a quite a casserole, like quite a casserole.
Mm. Yeah, I might have to try that someday. I'm a bad Mexican. I don't know how to make rice. Well, I know how to make normal rice, but I've never made Spanish rice before. I usually just buy it, buy it already made. But
Okay.
I mean, I know how to make normal rice.
That's a great question from Jeff. Like soft shell, hard shell. I mean, I gotta stay true to my roots. I'm gonna go soft. In fact,
Yeah, me too.
Taco Bell sometimes I like it soft more, but I mean, generally I get the hard ones from Taco Bell more. But the soft tacos from Taco Bell are pretty good. So, but yeah, soft is usually my jam. Yeah, but I
Hmm.
like both.
Yeah. I mean, if you go to Mexico, like they don't have hard shell tacos there. It's very
Right,
rare to find
it's
hard
a
shell
Mexican
tacos.
American thing. Burritos too are kind of an American thing. Really, like the the core of Mexico doesn't have any burritos. It's kind
Same
of
with
funny.
nachos too. Like I
Yeah.
always thought nachos, like when I was growing up, I always thought nachos were like, because you can get nachos anywhere in Mexico, but apparently they were an American invention that people in
Mhm.
Mexico liked so much that they started making themselves.
That's funny. Do you know why they're called nachos? It's a fun little fact I know about nachos. This is just
No,
my
some guy
actually I
named
can't confirm
Nacho.
this, but I think the guy that made him was named Ignacio or something like that. So I want to say that's right. I might be wrong. I don't want to spread I don't want to spread this misinformation, but let's
Right?
just say
You're just spreading false information about Nacho,
that.
the
Someone's
Nacho
gonna
guy.
come in the chat and yell fake news or something.
Right? Be like, no, they were not. It was not Nacho that invented them. He took all the credit. Right? Jeff is like, you heard it here first, whether it's true or not. I mean, that sounds like that could be true,
Mhm.
but who knows?
Yeah, that's true. Now I
No,
think
but they're good.
if I remember correctly, Doritos were in fact made by now Doritos have a really interesting story because I think they were invented for Disneyland for some reason.
Huh?
And the story goes that the chips were too stale, so they like added spices and stuff to make it interesting. And now I need to go back and reread that just to make sure. But
That's an interesting story. Yeah.
yeah, it was either Doritos or Fritos. I can't see now. I don't even know what chip it was. Like, do not depend on me for historical facts. Like I'm so bad at
Right.
making up stories.
Right.
I
Yeah.
know.
Maybe with all the facts.
I'm sorry. Nacho Libre, Nacho.
That is a great movie. I
Yeah.
love Nacho Libre. I haven't seen it in years, but it's a great movie.
Let's see. Anyone else with questions? These are great questions. I love the
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
still in the
we're
middle of
literally
finishing
twins
my
today.
taco.
So great. We're like totally. It's like a literal echo. Like you, it's like just basically I'm mirror mode of you today.
I know. Yeah. No, that's always great. So why don't you tell us a little bit about BORKFEST? How did the idea of BORKFEST get started?
Well, if you were there for the moment when it happened, I believe.
I was there. Yes.
Valentine's Day karaoke when we did the Bork song. That was another. By the way, you were asking what are the kind of what caught on that caught on.
Yeah.
It's kind of unbelievable to think that entire first year of the sandwich show, almost the entire year of the first year, we had no Bork.
Mm-mm.
And it's weird
No.
to even think that could happen. But yeah, that was such an iconic. We had like 3 raids during the song, and so we all lost it that night. It was just a night
It was
we'll
a
never
fun one.
forget. Probably the defining moment of this channel, I think, honestly. So I think it was only like a few days after that. I threw up a graphic that says coming soon, and I put BORKFEST, and everybody jumped on the idea.
Everybody was like, yes.
Yeah, and then I think even like Dree or someone else was like, "Yes, sign me up. I'm doing it." I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like, okay, this is gonna be an actual raid train. So we organized an actual raid train, and it was like
Mm-hmm.
What a day! And you made enchiladas, which looked amazing.
Oh, they were so good. I almost considered doing another cooking stream, but actually, at the end of last year, I was like, I want to do the sandwich show, but like reverse version. Like I legitimately thought of this after like last year's. I was like, this is what I want to do next year.
It's a great idea. I am always so happy. I'm so excited whenever people invite me to their channels to do interviews because I've always, much like yourself, I'm just curious. Like, what would other people ask me about anything, really? So
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, we got the banana Ricky DeVoici in chat. Welcome in, Rick. You just missed me eating a birria taco. I just finished mine, but Davey still has tacos though. I think
I do quite a bunch. Yeah, and like Jamie said, I ate 46 donuts in the mornings, and I have like 19 tacos for the afternoon. I better not eat dinner, or I'm gonna be Davey the Hutt. If I don't control myself here. Let's see. Stuart, I think the next BORKFEST should just be everybody inviting Davey to try different foods.
You know what? That might be kind of fun. Although you could totally do it. You just got to pace yourself.
Right. It's gonna, and maybe we can mix in some healthy streams, like
right,
like a bean sprout stream.
Right. Yeah. Like somebody makes a salad or something.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do it like so. Maybe everybody does like an appetizer, right? I don't know, like maybe somebody has a really good recipe of hummus, and you make hummus too, or buy hummus. I've never made hummus, so I don't know. I would not even know how to make it.
I've never made it either. You were talking about the Spanish rice. I feel like I could make Spanish rice. I do not think I could make hummus. I have no idea. I would have no idea how to make hummus. That's an interesting one.
Okay. Rick has signed up for hummus already.
Oh, nice. Heck, let's go.
He's like, hummus is my specialty. He's signed up for next year's already.
2024.
Yeah, hummus does seem really easy to make. I've just never made it myself. But I mean, I'm sure it's not hard to make.
I would imagine the primary ingredient is chickpeas.
Yeah. Usually chickpeas, and I think you blend it with like other spices and stuff. Mm-hmm. You got to add your own flair because nobody wants just like plain chickpeas.
Yeah, that's true.
Blended chickpeas.
Tahini, there you go. That tahini's that definitely makes the hummus for me. That tahini's great. Yeah.
I like I mean, of course I buy it, but I like the one that has like it's like red like the red pepper sauce. So it's not like a salsa, but it's like, I mean, it's a spicy like red pepper sauce like right in the middle of it. That's my favorite always.
Yeah. Oh, that center. It's like the eye of the storm.
Yeah. Like it's like in the center, and you can just grab a little bit, or you can get a lot, and and it's gonna be spicy if you grab a lot, or just you can just get a little bit of a kick. Like it's good.
Right on.
Throw in a couple of Bean Boozled beans for a bit of interest. Ooh. Throw in some Bean Boozled into your hummus.
Oh, that would be a very exciting moment for everybody around us, not for everybody in the chat.
For everybody involved.
Speaking of which, I would like to offer, if we see a certain someone that we both are friends with, who did a raid train of a different type of environmental sort of raid train. I'm not gonna say the name, but if we see that person in the chat before the end of the stream, I'll put in like 5 jelly beans. But I don't know if
are you talking about Ryan?
No, Ryan's already here. It's not Ryan.
Yeah. I know somebody that did an environment. Well, it was me, Ryan, and Carly.
Mm-hmm.
Are you? Oh, okay. Well, Carly's out of town. She let me know early enough that she was gonna be. She felt really bad for missing it. I was like, no, like you do you. Like you got family stuff going on.
Absolutely.
I guess her and her husband are traveling to visit family.
Down the road. Never mind. I take that back. It's probably.
You could still do some beans if you want to. I think everybody would really like that a lot.
I know.
But I considered buying some, but then I was like, no, because then that's going to become a thing.
Right. And that's the thing. I think with anything that you do, even really popular stuff like Bork or Borking songs or doing the Bean Boozled, you don't want to have the Steve Urkel effect. You don't want to overdo any of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Ooh. With a parody idea. Let's
Sorry about that. Ooh, Ryan has a parody idea. Yeah.
hear it.
We're just waiting while Ryan is typing his idea.
Jeff says, I think Davey's secretly addicted to them, finding excuses
Ooh.
to eat.
Bork and beans. I like that.
I love both of these comments.
Finding excuses to eat them and pretends they taste horrible. Yeah, I mean, at some point, I'm sure the barf one doesn't taste that bad anymore. Or what's the other really bad one? Toilet water. No, I don't think toilet water is one of them, but that should be one of them.
Don't give them ideas.
Right? I know. They're listening right now. Dirty dishwasher. That's what it was. Yeah. That was another really nasty one.
It is.
I'm always just really curious. Like, first of all, I mean, how they come up with all these disgusting tastes, but like, how do they know like that's what it tastes like? That's what I'm always like, just so baffled by. It's like,
oh, I hear you.
Like, how did they even like turn probably just like this one be like, yep, this tastes like barf. Tastes like dirty socks. Like, I'm always just like, how do they match those so well?
No, you're not wrong on that. It's funny. That's a real mystery. Like, how do you have to at some point eat these things just so you know? Like,
right, I know. Like, here's a bowl of barf. Eat it and tell us that that's what it's like.
That's such a good point. Like, I don't oh, this is coming out of the wrong thing. I didn't realize that. We are going to here. 1 second. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What? How do you like? I can see barf because we've all kind of had moments where maybe
we've all tasted it accidentally.
Yeah. But the one where I'd have no idea is like, how did they come up with? Let me go look at my container. But stink bug, like you have to eat it. Did you at one point eat a stink bug? Like,
right? Somebody did.
Somebody had to. Stinky socks is the one that takes the cake for me. Like, dude, who would have eaten stinky socks in their life at any point? Like,
right? Right? Exactly. It's like who comes up with these flavors? Like,
yeah.
How do you know? This is a good question. How do you know your barf tastes the same as someone else's? That's true, because everybody's barf probably has its own its own flair in it. Like Rick was saying about hummus, you got to add your own flair, and I'm sure your own barf does not taste the same as somebody else's barf.
I'm gonna pull up Ryan. I'm gonna go. His barf is meaner than its bite.
Right.
Yeah, I know, Jeff. You're so right about that, though. Like, how you can't assume that, but for some reason we all do. And somebody decided that there's a tinge of orange juice in it too. Like, I guess whenever we just assume it tastes like orange juice on some level. But
right.
Yeah, they must pay the testers a lot, Jeff. Like, I'm thinking.
I feel like they don't. I really feel like it's some poor intern kid that's just trying to get, college credit or something. And they're like, here, taste this. I just, I don't have a lot of faith that they actually pay people to test these.
That's fair. Yeah.
They're like, do you want that work experience? You got to try this. I get a feeling. I get a feeling that
like
that's
hazing
what
in a way, right? Like, it's like a hazing,
right? It's like, this will look good on your resume, right? Exactly. They're like, and like, how do you even put that on the resume? Be like, barf taster, or like, nasty Bean Boozled taster. Like how do you even describe that on your resume?
It's like, in other words, how would that look good on a resume?
Right? Exactly.
Yeah, like 8 stink bugs, quality control. Like, okay.
Right? Yeah. I mean, who knows? Who knows? But, oh man. Well, we got 20 minutes left.
Okay.
Does anybody have any exciting questions for Davey? I'm trying to remember. There was one that Danielle wanted me to ask you, but I totally forgot about it. I'll remember it later, or I'll just text her. But yeah, connoisseur of exotic flavors. Ooh, right. That sounds better. That sounds a little bit better.
Exotic flavors. Well, I mean, that is true.
Connoisseur
exotic.
of exotic flavors. Yeah. Put that
I've
on your
loved your
resume.
questions, though, Luis. Like they've been really, really, really fascinating. If you got anything else, like I'd be glad to answer anything else.
Yeah. So yeah. What's next for the sandwich show? What you're about to hit year 2.
Yeah.
What do you expect in this next year?
So before we get it, that's a great question, actually. So the immediate answer to the question is Eddie Brown Music is joining us tomorrow. That's
Mm.
that's what's next, like the absolute next thing that we're doing. We got the 3-hour piano stream next week. Very excited about that.
Ooh, the Styx one.
We have, like you mentioned, we have a 2-year stream anniversary, which is gonna be really unbelievable, right? Because the lineup already is like absolutely. This is, and I haven't even, and we've only got like half. We haven't had like maybe a third of it filled out, and I'm like, we have like fire guests coming, and I'm hoping
Yeah.
you can make it for some of that at least.
Actually, yeah, I think I meant to tell you yes at one point.
Okay.
But between traveling and being sick, I totally dropped the ball. But yeah, I definitely would love to be a part of that.
Oh, I love it, LG. I'll reach out to you. We'll figure out what time's good for you. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you want to look ahead, the entire month of April is unbelievable. Like we've got everybody from like the Bylines to EBX Aaron coming for future interviews.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great month and a half here on the Sandwich Show. And then looking further ahead, I think we're looking at Le Borka Rob, and I just have to figure out when. But
I thought, oh no, well, it was the Phantom of the Opera that you did. That's right.
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing: I've been really, really kind of conflicted in one regard. These songs are so good. Like I'm actually at a point where I almost want to just do it straight up, like just do Les Miserables and not even bork it, because I'm like, these songs are just too good to bork. Like I don't know. What do you all think in the chat? Like
they are. I love Les Mis. It's a yeah. I mean, it might be fun to bork them, but yeah, I mean, also like if you can just have people karaoke them, that would also be fun.
Honestly, like I feel like we might even get more people to sign up that way. I just think. I mean, first of all, Daniela was already in. Like she jumped on it. Like the moment I talked about it, like, I'm in, and then like Special goes, I'm in. I'm like, okay, we got 2.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like, I have to jump.
That's great. Yeah, musicals have never been my thing, but I do love Les Mis. I just, I don't know. I love story and like too. It was good.
Ryan says I would like to see it more. I dig it. Here's your other question though.
Yeah.
I actually was asked that question by King Downbreaker on the previous stream over the last week. So let me go back to my response so I can because I wrote down some really
Raholo.
fun.
Raholo was like, is that the one with all the cats? No, that's Cats.
What's the story? What's the one with all the cats? It's Cats.
No, that one's actually called Cats.
It's literally called Cats. Oh, so good. So people I want to interview. Well, the obvious one is Andy the Frenchie. We've been working. It's been a little bit of we've been trying to organize the time. We want to do the spot. It's just that we're just trying to determine a day when Andy's not doing collabs, and so it's probably going to be a little bit sometime in the summer at some point. I think is when we'll have a opening for either of us to do a collab together. So that, and then, but who do I want to have? I mean, there's one artist I want to get on. I want to get some people from like YouTube and outside of Twitch on actually. So
good. Yeah, I was gonna ask him like, what about outside of Twitch?
Yeah, that's out there too. So there are folks on YouTube I want to get on. Danielle Ate the Sandwich has been on my mind for a while. So she's a uke player, really good. Like I'd like to get. It's just, and it would just be the most hilarious pairing. Like you have one sandwich guy and another sandwich gal. Like that would be really great. That sandwich dude would be a really good get. So I'll reach out to him at some point. That'd be really fun.
Yeah.
He is on Twitch. And there's so many others. Like I wanna get LGR. LGR is a retro tech game reviewer on YouTube. And now I felt like when the show started, there's no way they would even talk to me. Now I'm like, I feel like I could do it because like now I've got like, got followers and such, and it's like it's kind of neat.
Yeah, yeah. Rick, have a good dinner. I think Ryan. So what Ryan was asking was more. He's like, mine was more of like a pipe dream, if anything is possible. So okay, so I think I get the question. So if you had like, think outside of Twitch. Like if you had like one big, like famous like celebrity, musician, artist, whatever, like who would you have on the show? I think that's a question Ryan was asking.
Oh, it's more like we're talking like we're shooting for the stars.
Yeah, like let's sky's the limit. Like you can have you can have Taylor Swift or Madonna or Lady Gaga or whatever.
Great, Tay-Tay's a good one. So the first person that comes to mind is Tom Hanks because I think that
I love Tom Hanks.
That would be a great interview. He's a great interview, period. So like it'd be really good.
Oh yeah, and great guy too. Like I love Tom Hanks. He's one of my favorite actors.
So many great stories, I think. And then Tay-Tay would be one. I think I don't know if it'd be a good interview, but I think it just the get of getting Taylor Swift on would be phenomenal. Like
right, yeah. You would have all the Swifties just egging you on.
Yeah.
I wonder what sandwich Tom Hanks would bring.
Well, let's see. Like maybe something with sourdough, because he's from the Bay Area. Maybe. I don't know.
Po' boy, sure, of course.
That's great.
Kimmy Gibbler, right? Why not?
Yo, that's
she's from the Bay Area too. She's from the Bay Area because that show takes place in San Francisco.
Kimmy Gibbler is like the unsung hero of that show. She's honestly the best character in that show. Like, there's no agenda with Kimmy Gibbler. She was funny. Like, she was good.
Yeah, she, because she was part of the family, but not part of the family, but like adopted part of the family. So she, and I always thought it was funny because everybody was always so annoyed by her, but then it's like, they're all like codependent and like needed her in their lives anyway.
Exactly. It's like that show would not be nearly as funny without Kimmy Gibbler. Like,
no,
it's no love. Like
even I don't know. I wasn't crazy about Fuller House. I think I watched the first season and tried watching like part of the second season, and it just didn't feel the same. But Kimmy Gibbler was still like pretty funny in Fuller House.
That's good to hear. I did watch like an episode.
It was not the same.
Oh yeah, I mean, naturally, right? Because like it's based around like the dads more, so to speak. And,
right.
Then since you don't see them that much in the show, like I totally get it. Yeah, but it's kind of weird. It's just like think about like for example, like any show where like the people like it's based around kids and the kids are all grown up. Then they're just adults. Like what's the appeal?
Right.
Like,
Exactly. Although I will say we just finished watching that 90s show, and that was hilarious because because it had the feel of that 70s show, but obviously it takes place in the 90s. But I liked that it had a whole different set of characters rather than just having all the same characters from the original show, playing like their adult lives. So, it had the same formula as the original show. And of course, Kitty and Red were the only ones that were on the show, every episode. But, and like, Eric and Donna made a couple appearances, Jackie and Kelso and Fez was there a couple of times too. Obviously, Stephen Hyde wasn't there for, obvious reasons. But, there was just like, it felt like a different show, but still with like the same formula.
I did not know. That's good to know because I was worried it would do that. I was worried it'd be like the Connors, like
right,
they're all bad,
Well, the Connors that's just a whole nother story.
No, I just meant just from the idea that they all just basically came back and started doing the show over, basically. But
right, yeah, it was interesting. It was really interesting.
I will tell you one example of. Sorry to interrupt, but I will tell you one example of the show where they just basically brought everybody back and it was amazing. Cobra Kai is like the best example of that. Like,
that show's good. Yes.
So good.
Because I don't know, I don't get emotional with shows, but like every time I watch a show, like there's like I don't know, there's just like a point in every episode where I'm just like I just get emotional. I don't know why it is. Like it feels like it's like, like I'm watching Karate Kid as a kid again, but like now as an adult. It's a weird feeling.
I think it's just amazing to see all the chemistry between all the people on on that show originally from the
Yeah.
movies, and they just work off each other. It's like, and especially in the case, like, do you remember when Daniel met Allie? Like they
Hmm.
had that, or was it Daniel, or was it Johnny? But either whoever it was, when they saw
Karate
each other
adult.
again,
Yeah.
that was like, wow, it's like memories like coming back, like,
Right,
like,
exactly. Yeah. And it just I don't know. I think that show did really good in playing with nostalgia.
mhm.
But I think they'd like one upped it because they're like, continuing a lot of the original rivalry from like, like the old Karate Kid movies, but also sort of kind of turning into like a weird friendship, but they're still rivals. Like I loved it. I thought it was a great one.
Same, and it's still going. Like, and there's a season 5 which I have yet to watch, which I will at some point in my life watch. I don't know, maybe maybe in about 10 years, but I will at some point
Right.
watch that shit. It's
Eventually.
eventually, it's worth it.
Eventually. Yeah. Yeah. I'm the same way with shows. I'm terrible at like catching up with shows. Sometimes like I've been watching Succession. I don't know if you've seen that one yet. That one's
I
really good.
know
It's on
I have.
HBO.
I can't get into it. I hate those guys so much. I want them all to like get in the bus, and I want the bus to explode and then fall into a pit full
Uh,
of flames. Like, I hate those guys so much.
my wife was the same way too. So we both started watching it together, and she's like,
Mhm.
"I hate these people. I don't want to watch it." But I continued watching it. But I'm just barely on season 2. I mean, and they're doing the
Yeah.
final season now. But yeah, I get that completely. Completely. They're
Just,
all horrible people. You're not meant to like them. Like that's not, that's on
but here's the
purpose.
thing: there's a difference between like you don't like them, but there's charisma. George Costanza, he's a really
Right.
unlikable guy. I love that character. He's great. And
That's
then like
true.
Breaking Bad, same thing. Like, these are not good people, but man, these guys are badasses. These people are
Right, right.
just brats. They're just fuck all. I'm sorry for using that word. I'm sorry, but
That's fine. We never
but
said
just
this
F
was
all
like
of them,
PG, so it's all good.
Okay.
Well, and George Costanza is such a funny example because, like, like I remember when when Seinfeld first came out, or well, I mean, it came out when I was a kid, but I watched it as a teenager, and like all of these characters seem very like not relatable, especially George Costanza. But like the older I get, like the more I understand why he's so
That's
grumpy about everything. Like just I get it. Like life
yeah.
kind of sucks, and like I totally get like his general grumpiness towards everything.
I love that. It's kind of right, because I always get the idea that George Costanza is the embodiment of what happens when you just take so much junk or so much bork, if you will, from so many people,
Right.
and you're just trying to get back at like being marginalized your whole life, and you kind of almost in some scenarios you're rooting for George. You're like,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
go, you showed them. Like,
I did love, and of course this is going to be a spoiler, but this show ended like 30 years ago. But
mhm.
like one of my favorite things was like when like the whole season that he was engaged to what's her face, I don't remember her name.
Susan, yeah.
And yeah, Susan, and then she just like randomly dies, but he like doesn't know how to like get away with the family. Like they start like a foundation in her name and they put him under it. And he obviously does not want to he doesn't want to do this, but like he has no choice. Like that whole situation just cracks me up. I'm like, because I can see that as like that's such a relatable thing. Because
Yeah.
I hate canceling on people. I hate like being like the bad guy or being like, no, I'm not gonna do this. So like I could see myself like just sticking to something just because I don't want to cancel out of it, out of either embarrassment or just like not wanting to put people in a weird situation.
It's really interesting to look back on that show, and you used to think, oh, well, Lane was good, and Jerry was good, and then you watch it like
No, they're
now,
terrible. They're all
they're
terrible.
so bad. They're awful people.
They're
It's
all
really
terrible
amazing.
people.
Yeah, yeah. Because
They're all terrible people. I think Kramer was probably like the most like not bad person out of
isn't
all of
that
them.
interesting?
Yeah.
And he's certainly not a saint, but compared to the other guys,
No.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know how Kramer like survived the whole show. Like that guy should have died like early on in the show with as many mistakes as he made. But he just seems like the most like normal person out of all of them.
That's
Yeah, because
funny.
George is. I mean, because yeah, Jerry's terrible. Elaine was terrible too.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was bad.
That's true. Like who's like the funny, you were talking about Kramer. I actually think Newman was probably like the best guy, actually a decent guy. I just think he was so interesting.
Right, yeah, Newman was probably just, everybody hated him because of Jerry, but it's like, he was just like worked for the post office, like he was just a normal dude.
He seemed to have a heart, and yeah, I did. You're so right, and I think it's just interesting to think about that now. I'm like, you know what? He was actually a pretty good guy, to be
Right,
fair.
exactly. He was just a decent guy. Oh
And
no,
he
but
seems so
great,
happy most
great
of the
show.
time too, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, except when he ran into Jerry, because
Of
Jerry was
course.
just a jerk to him the whole time. So of
Yeah.
course he's going to respond back being a jerk to him. Like, you don't want to be nice to the people that are mean to you.
This is great.
Oh man, we're almost out of time. We only got 5 minutes left. David, did you finish all your tacos already?
No, I just had such a good time chatting with you. I think I barely took a bite. I will
Oh my
finish
god.
these.
No, that's totally fine. I love what Rahomo just said because he's like, I bet y'all relate to Squidward now too. Yes, I relate to
Yes.
Squidward from SpongeBob a lot. Well, Davey, since we're almost out of time, of course, I just I just want to give you, just the first of all, thank you for being here. It was a pleasure having you, and just of course being a part of BORKFEST this year again was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me again, but just want to thank you for the community that you've built through the sandwich show, right? I mean, like so many people, like I've met a lot of really great people just through your community itself. I've also met Rahomo through your community. Not great people. Just kidding. I love Rahomo. Rahomo and I have this weird troll relationship.
I didn't say that.
We just have this weird troll relationship, and that's the base of our friendship. We just troll each other. But anyway, yeah, no, but you've created a great place, and also just like you've opened a place for streamers, and again, because you don't always get to see like another side of streamers, right? You just see like like the performer and the music, but you don't get to like actually always see like what they're like outside of their stream. So just want to thank you for that.
Well, thank you too. I mean, I'm so proud of BORKFest because it gives people a chance to do something different. And I know maybe people might kind of find themselves in a rut doing the same thing over and over on their streams. And I love opening that opportunity for everybody, even people that you might not think would do something. They wind up doing something
Right.
different and fresh and it, like you said, I think it's more candid too in a lot of cases. Like we saw with the bars, we saw with Jillian's stream, we saw here. And I'm so grateful for it. Thanks for being part of it.
Everybody's like super chill today too. Like, like the bars were just hanging out, doing their regular Sunday hangout, and it was kind of nice to see them open it to everybody, right? Not just keep it for themselves.
Yeah, I wonder what that's like. Because they've talked about those meetups, but yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. Yeah, they were saying that this is what we do on weekends. Like this is what we usually do. But yeah, no. Well, Davey, do you have any last words before we go raid? I think we're raiding Cecily, right?
Mm-hmm. Cecily Music, who's about to make some greatness. I can see.
Ooh.
I can see in the thumbnail some cooking, some real greatness is being crafted over there at
Ooh.
Cecily Music. It looks great.
My first ever cooking stream. Yes, I love that.
Yeah. First of all, Rahomo's comment, karate adult, top tier comment. That was a great comment. But I just want to thank all of you for hanging out with us today. Like this has been really great. Thank you for the interview. Like I really love the concept, and you are a very good interviewer. I must say, like you.
Thanks.
You really made me feel really comfortable and everything. I just feel so honored to be part of this today, Luis. Thank you so much.
Let's see. I'm trying to come up with a raid call. Taco. I'm just gonna call it Taco Borkin Raid.
Let's do it.
So I think if people just copy that, you should be able to.
Okay. Got him.
If not, yeah, we're just gonna say Taco Borkin Raid is what we're gonna say. But no, thank you so much, Davey. Again, this was super fun. And we still have more fun coming up. We got Cecily and Keither. C-Dub is going to be on later. Streamscribe, that's always a lot of fun. Storm and Key, Boss Clarinets, and of course Dree is going to be on tonight too. So it's going to be fun. I'm excited to see what Dree does. So I'm sure that's going to be a blast.
Mm-hmm. Well, all the best, everybody. Let's keep this party going. I can't wait to see what's happening in the next. Yeah.
Me too. All right, I am starting the raid. Cool. Yeah, let's go show Cecily some love. She's an awesome, kind human being as well. So deserves all of the same pork and love that we've given to everyone. But yeah, thank you, Davey, so much for being here. It was amazing to have you. I'm so glad we could do this. We've been talking about it for a while, so I'm glad we finally did it.
Yes. Take care, everybody. Well, yeah.
Let's all right.
Yeah.
Let's go, everybody. See ya. All right.
And here we go.